And you know the sun's sitting fast, just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your love because your heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town. Can't you see the sun sitting down on our town, on our town? Good night. Now I sit on the porch, watch lightning bugs fly. I can't see too good, I got tears in my eyes. I'm leaving tomorrow, but I don't wanna go. I love you, my town, you'll always live in my soul. And you know the sun's sitting fast, and just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your love because your heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town. Can't you see the sun sitting down on our town, on our town? Good night.
Good evening. Welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include Evergreen Paving doing repairs to the town streets, class reunion, high school public exam results are in. These stories plus the BBS Playbill, Off the Rack, and more coming up after this.
That bus instead of Racker. Go outside and play instead of watching TV and playing video games. We use shopping bags. And use to say turn off water when you're brushing your teeth. Take the one-time challenge.
Okay. Evergreen Paving is in town doing some repairs to the town's roads. Evergreen Paving have fixed up a few of the problem areas in our town's pavement. One of the largest trouble spots in the town is just across from Le Chateau restaurant and has been repaired, as well as the spot near Joy's place. The motorists around town are breathing a sigh of relief now that these two trouble areas have been repaired. A couple of bumps around the manholes also have been corrected. The company has marked several other problem areas to be fixed. As of Wednesday morning, paving wasn't started at the new Coast Guard station. However, lots of preparation work was being done. It will be a pleasure to drive around our town when all the repairs have been made. The class of '85 held their class reunion on Wednesday of this week. Yvonne Dumford invited us to drop by the fire hall on Wednesday when they were getting ready for their reunion. She told us that approximately 30 of the 43 students who graduated in 1985 would be attending this event. It's a little ironic of how this event came to be. During the grand opening of Burgeo Academy, several of them happened to sit together, and it was decided that it would be a great idea to have a class reunion. It was ironic that they were celebrating the opening of the new school and closing the school from which they graduated. Yvonne Dumford and Sam McDonald were the two who spearheaded the organizing. The decorations for the reunion have been recycled from this year's grad ceremonies. They are quite different the students used at their grad back in 1985. Back then they used paper streamers, balloons, and yes, tissue paper flowers made by Anne. The colors for this reunion are the same as 1985, blue, pink, and white. The banner was done by Mr. Wayne Vivian. There will be a buffet supper. Kim Ann will be providing the music for the dance that will follow the meal. This class seemed to be very environmentally conscious. Even the buckets they will use to keep the wine cold is made from recycled ice cream tubs and decorated with the blue tulle and curly ribbon. As they decorated, these students were eager to chat with their classmates and catch up on the latest news. Out of the 43 students, 11 of them are still residents of Burgeo. We thank Yvonne for telling us about the reunion and wish them all the best for a successful class reunion. Recreational groundfish fishery will open on August the 1st, 2005. Fisheries and Oceans Canada announced on July the 14th that a recreational groundfish fishery would open on August the 1st to September along the south coast between Cape St. Mary and Burgeo. Recreational fishers will be issued 15 cod tags per license, and as in previous years, all cod harvested must be tagged. Other groundfish harvested do not need to be tagged. However, the daily bag limit is 15 groundfish per person. Non-residents are also eligible to participate in this fishery. The retention of Atlantic halibut and spotted northern wolffish is prohibited. Recreational groundfish licenses are limited to one per person, and they became available Monday, July the 25th at most Canada Post outlets. Licenses cost $10 plus the applicable taxes. DFO reminds the public that the fishery may close on short notice if conservation concerns arise, such as an excessive amount of cod being landed or oil levels of non-compliance to the regulations. Recreational fishers are encouraged to exercise caution on the water and follow safe boating practices. Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review coming up after this.
Buy the new energy efficient fluorescent light bulbs. They are cheaper to use and easier on the environment. Join an environmental group such as the Green Team to help do your part in helping the environment. Turn off lights when exiting a room.
Use a bike or walk instead of driving in a car. Plant trees. Take the one-time challenge.
The public exam test results have been released, and all school students continue to improve in their public exams. Newfoundland and Labrador's all school students have registered overall performance gains in public exam courses. Tom Ederson, Minister of Education, stated that the results are in, and in general, students performed better in 2005 than in 2004. The overall pass rate for all high school courses was 91%, and it was 90% for the public examination courses. This compares with 90% and 89% in 2004, respectively. 11 courses at public exams. Exams were held in biology, chemistry, earth systems, English, mathematics, physics, world geography, world history, English, and French. The most notable improvement were in earth systems and mathematics, where the percentage of passes increased substantially. This data reflects final results based on shared evaluations, whereby final marks are calculated based on a blend of school marks for the year, 50% of the calculation, and the mark in the public examination, 50% of the calculation. The method of evaluation recognizes achievement in other aspects of student learning that is more appropriately assessed at the schoolroom level. In the courses English 3201, there was a 94% pass rate. For French 3200, it was 96%. Academic Math 3204, 81. Advanced Math 3205, 98%. Biology 3201, 85% pass. Chemistry 3202, 89. Physics 3204, 90. Earth Systems 3209, 89%. World History 3201, 89%. World Geography 3202-94, and French 3202 was 99% pass rate. We were invited to the salt fish plant on Wednesday of this week as workers prepared the fish for market. When we arrived at the plant, it was a beehive of activity. There are several steps before the fish are packed. To begin, the pallets on which the fish are packed are weighed. Next, John Dunford and Calvin Benoit remove the fish from the salt. All the salt is then shoveled into a corner to be discarded because it can't be used over. These workers are shaking off the excess salt and separating the fish. Ache in one pile and pollock in another. The salt fish are now packed into this box. This box helps keep the desired shape for packing. As the box is filled up, it is moved up and filled up again. Some guesswork is involved in this process. Once the workers feel they have enough fish in one of these pallets, it is weighed. On one pallet of fish, there is 3,000 pounds of fish plus overweight, which means one pallet of fish is a total of 3,200 pounds. There is a 4% overweight of fish on each of these pallets because the fish will shrink, and once the fish gets to market, the buyers will want each pallet to have at least 3,000 pounds of fish. When the workers weighed this particular pallet when we visited, it weighed 3,128 pounds, and they only had to put on a few more fish to bring the weight up to 3,200 pounds.
Have you ever used it on the weight? No. 32,
32, yeah. Another cold fish, just take your hands off. Another 2 fish. There you go. One more.
There's a one.
That's close enough. That's good.
The final step in packing these fish for market is wrapping it in plastic wrap and putting on the pre-printed coated label. All the salt fish you see along this wall and as far as number 3 pile will be sent out this week. This week, approximately 50,000 pounds of fish will be shipped to Nova Scotia to be dried in their air dryers. Liz Iscott was telling us that all salt fish from Newfoundland is sent to these air dryers in Nova Scotia for drying. We thank the workers at Seacrest for allowing us to come to the plant to film them at work. Stay with us for Off the Rack and the BBS Playbill, all after this.
Here's a question for you. If you don't feel the hot rays of the sun, can you still get burnt? Yes, you can. A sunburn is caused by ultraviolet rays that can't be seen or felt, so don't be fooled by a cloudy day.
The ultraviolet rays are the rays that are given off by the sun, and there's UVA rays and UVB rays that we're all most familiar with. UVA rays can cause sunburns, they can cause some tanning. They also cause a lot of damage to the skin, and they cause the skin to age and to wrinkle. They also can suppress your immune system. UVB rays that we're very familiar with can cause a lot of burning. Both UVA and UVB can cause premature wrinkling of the skin. They cause sunburn.
I just want you to remember 3 letters, P-O-P, put on protection. Until next time, get out there, be active, and be sun smart.
Off the Rack. This week as we scanned our tape rack, we came across a tape of when soft shell clams were collected for a soft shell clam study in our area. Let's look back to July the 24th, 1994.
Hopefully not too many.
That's very fine tool.
Got one there?
Two
Get
here.
a few more? Okay. Okay. And you see, like they're fairly big. I mean,
These are, yeah.
yeah, compared to some of the other ones we found. In Big Bear Sway, a lot of the areas had smaller size clams.
Hey, somewhere
There's a
oh,
big
yeah.
size
They look good.
kind of thicker
Here's
too.
another one.
Feels heavier. And a couple of little macomas that 3 of them.
Oh, yeah.
So take them off size. We'll take those too and take separate measurements on those.
Oh, yeah. That's another.
It's another Maya. Yeah, smaller size. There's still not a big change though in number. 5 or 6, not too much variation.
When you went, the place where you got the 100, are they all small? Would it be big?
There's some really big ones in there. There's a range of sizes. Usually when you get a really high number, you may get a lot of smaller ones in there. So, if you get 20...
And I'll be on holidays next week. The next regular This Week in Review will be shown on Sunday, August the 14th. For This Week in Review, I'm Marie Rose. Good night and God bless.